Yes, it cannot be gainsaid that the job of a judicial officer is very demanding and stressful. You are entrusted with the responsibility of taking decisions that have a profound impact on people's lives. In 2024, at Nauru, global judicial experts met and discussed the impact of stress on judicial performance and judicial well-being. At the global conference, it was then resolved that there should be a day dedicated to judicial well-being. At that conference, the global experts accepted that there must be some intervention to make sure that the judiciary is taken care of, especially the emotional, mental, and physical side of judicial officers caused by stress, because these ordinary stresses can lead to depression and ultimately to burnout, and the judicial officer will not be able to function optimally. It is for that reason that the United Nations, by way of a resolution in early 2025, resolved that the 25th of July would be designated as International Judicial Wellness Day. And as of 25 July 2025, we are celebrating judicial wellness. At SAJE, we have decided to dedicate the month of July to judicial wellness, and to that extent, we have a few programs, amongst others. Every Thursday there is a virtual dedicated yoga class for judicial officers, and there are also seminars planned as well as talks on judicial wellness within the judiciary and also with the profession. The regional magistrates have a conference planned specifically dedicated to judicial wellness in September. We have also committed to have one for the High Courts, although it's still in its planning phase, and we intend including the entire judiciary during September or October to focus specifically on judicial wellness. It is therefore important to have all the colleagues realize that the fact that you might have a emotional or mental vulnerability is not a chink in your armor as a judicial officer. We've been socialized in the past that judges are tough people. Judges are superhumans, and judges do not suffer the ordinary human frailties and afflictions of society. We do. And it is therefore of paramount importance that we accept that fact, and we also try to reach out to colleagues who might have a problem. That is a very sensitive issue, and therefore we should tread with caution when we approach colleagues who we might think have a problem, because not all judicial officers embrace intervention, be it by a colleague or intervention by a professional. We also advise that judicial officers should, when they suspect that they might be experiencing emotional problems due to work-related emotional problems, that they do consult experts to help. And as judicial leaders too, the judges president must also be very vigilant and make sure that those judicial officers with whom they work function optimally, and where they also suspect that a judicial officer might be experiencing mental or emotional challenges, it is imperative for the judge's president to intervene, to talk to the particular judicial officer, as well as suggest some form of intervention. This does not only apply to the high courts, but also in the district court. So therefore, chief magistrates as well as the regional court presidents should make sure that they also concentrate on the emotional and mental well-being of judicial officers with whom they work. I think that we have reached a stage where most judicial officers realize the importance of judicial wellness. It is just for us to encourage judicial officers to do something about it. There are simple ways in which we can self-care in order to make the judiciary more resilient. Because a judiciary that resists intervention on the mental wellness front can never be a resilient judiciary. Therefore, what we should also encourage as such is simple teaching judicial officers simple exercises that they can do in their chambers while sitting in the chamber waiting for matters to be called, or in the morning before the court starts. There are those judicial officers who are very fit and need to run in the mornings, and walk, brisk walks in the mornings. Good, but you need not necessarily participate in strenuous exercise to take care of your wellness. So simple exercises, we will, via Sajay, try to have a few interventions, videos, which we will send to respective judicial officers on simple exercises to do. As a colleague said yesterday, we cannot take care of the ills of society whilst we ourselves are sick emotionally, mentally, and physically. Thank you, Thomas.